We all have that one character we main in Bloodstrike, but what if I told you that you might be playing them wrong? In this video, I will go through every character in the game and share my personal opinions on the biggest mistakes players make with each one. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Starting with Nova, the biggest mistake people make is ignoring her passive ability. While her active skill is great for creating space, dealing damage or escaping, her passive makes her even stronger in gunfights. It applies poison to her ammo, reducing enemy recovery rates by 40%. On top of that, her movement and fire rate feel noticeably faster while it's active. If you're not taking advantage of this, you're missing out. Emma is also one of my mains, and her passive skill is a game changer. It increases healing efficiency for a short time, which can be a lifesaver in tough fights. However, I've noticed that many players don't heal their teammates enough. While healing yourself is important, there are moments when your teammates might need it more. Also, don't forget that you can heal yourself with a separate button to avoid accidentally healing a teammate when you don't mean to. On PC, you can equip Emma's ability and right-click to heal yourself instantly. Zero is an incredible character. While his active skill is designed to dash through enemies and deal damage, players have found another use for it, launching themselves into the air to activate their parachute and escape fights. While that's great for positioning, too many players rely on it as a get out of jail free card instead of using it to engage properly. His passive does block bullets, but smart players will just aim for your feet. Instead of holding onto your ability just to escape, try securing a kill or two first, then repositioning for the rest of the fight. Volt is an insane character. His active skill lets him send an electromagnetic pulse through walls, damaging enemies and disabling their abilities. His passive grants shield recovery, faster reload speed, and increased fire rate. A common mistake with Volt is not using his ability for intel. While it's great for damage, sometimes it's more useful for figuring out where enemies are hiding. His pulse deals visible damage through walls, giving you an exact idea of their location. Ethan's active ability throws down a one-way bulletproof shield with 400 HP that lasts for 30 seconds. You can shoot through it while enemies can't, making it a powerful defensive tool. His passive skill speeds up his next slide, and trust me, it's ridiculously fast. However, I rarely see Ethan players taking advantage of this in close range fights. If used correctly, you can throw off your opponents and reposition quickly. Also, make sure to place your shield before engaging, not after. It can save you from unnecessary damage and also save you a ton of time. Rand is a great character for creating space and gaining high ground. Her wall is useful for climbing and blocking enemy sidelines, yet most players don't use it to its full potential. It's perfect for isolating fights, cutting off third parties, or tapping enemies in buildings. Instead of just dropping it for cover, think about how you can use it to control the fight. Hank's defensive turret deals 15 damage per second and is great for holding angles, but it's easy to destroy, especially with sniper. His passive skill buffs SMG and shotgun users, making him even stronger in close range fights. One of the best tricks I've discovered is smoking your own turret. It sounds weird, but trust me, it works. The turret can still detect enemies through the smoke, and since they can't see it, they will struggle to destroy it. Meanwhile, you can track where they're getting hit and shoot through the smoke yourself. Nacho's active skill is super annoying but super effective. His wall lasts 45 seconds and blinds enemies who pass through it. He can also detect low HP enemies, making him great for third partying. A big mistake I see is players not staying close to their wall. You need to use it for cover, repositioning, and outplaying enemies. If you just throw it and run away, you're wasting its potential. Spike's ability is one of my favorites. It creates a fake decoy while putting him in stealth mode for 10 seconds. He's also undetected by UAVs, making him perfect for sneaky plays. However, players often forget that he's still slightly visible in stealth mode, which leads to them making careless mistakes like running straight into the enemies. Be mindful of your movements and use his ability wisely. Kraken's active skill blinds enemies within a 33-meter radius, and one of his crows will track opponents within an 8-meter radius. He's meant to be played aggressively as his passive reduces cooldowns based on kills and assists. If you're an aggressive player, Kraken is a solid pick since you'll always have a blind ready to back you up. Kainda, I think it's pronounced Kainda, is like Sova from Valorant. Her arrow can travel through walls, slowing enemies and preventing them from sprinting. On level 5, she carries an extra arrow. Her passive skill reveals nearby enemies when detected. I haven't seen many Kainda mains, so if you have tips, drop them in the comments. Jet's active skill is a missile bombardment, dealing 150 damage per hit. His passive lets him carry extra grenades, which is super useful. The only real mistake you can make is using his missiles in areas with rooftops or cover if enemies are hiding in the open behind something. It's a perfect way of forcing them out and isolating the fights. Blast is a character I rarely see. His active ability reveals and damages enemies hiding behind walls or boxes, while his passive slows them down. Like Jet, his abilities are best used when enemies are trapped in predictable spots. If they have no way to escape, Blast is a nightmare to deal with. E.M.T is a support character who places a healing beacon with a small radius. His passive reduces revive time, making him crucial for team play. The biggest mistake is playing him in solos. If you're running solo, please do yourself a favor and pick a different character. E.M.T is best used in squads. Finally, we have Val. Her active skill deploys a scanning device that marks enemies on the minimap every 6 seconds within a 150 meter radius. A big mistake I see is players not taking advantage of this passive. When you get a kill, check your minimap immediately to see if any teammates are nearby. Also, if you use UAV and see a lot of players in one spot, go there and then use the scan so you can consistently ping them every 6 seconds and see their movements. Also useful in squads. That wraps up my breakdown of every character in Bloodstrike. If I missed anything important about your main, let me know down in the comments below. I'm still learning some of these characters myself and would love to hear your thoughts. I might even make a full guide after spending more time with each one of them. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Peace.